I was here for the tree planting, and there was a young girl, 12, 13 years old, named Emma. Emma has Down syndrome and some other physical challenges. This was the first tree that she ever participated in planting. She took the shovel and did her bit, and she was so excited. She was just overflowing with joy. And so I said, well, Emma, this is your tree. So every time you come to the park, you come to this tree and know that this is the tree you planted. We made a little plaque for her, that I put up on the tree, and it says Emma's tree, and the date in February 22, planted by Emma. And if you notice, that's probably the healthiest tree among the few that were planted here. And I'm convinced that it's because that tree was planted with more love than any other. I want to thank you for doing this, for taking the time to get trees planted where you live. I believe trees are going to make a huge difference to this neighborhood. These trees, typically to have them delivered and planted, 2 trees plus the bag, probably in the neighborhood, depending upon the trees, in the neighborhood of $700 to $900, okay? We're doing about 90 today and this week. We're adding about $40,000 plus worth of economic value to your neighborhood. So our thanks to these people here from the city for this lovely gift to the neighborhood.
This whole event, this little event here is adorable, and really, like I said before, it brings in your neighborhood. It gets to know your neighborhood, and that's something that is important to me. The trees, as I mentioned, we've been wanting trees in our front yard for so long, but we didn't know when's the right time to plant them, what type of trees do we get. It's so expensive to do it. So for the city to offer and provide that for us, not just for the beautification of the home or the beautification of the neighborhood itself, just for the beautification of our city. So I'm really grateful to the city of Phoenix for doing that.
With one word, how would you describe a hero?
I would describe a hero in one word as resilient.
Someone who does sacrifices for the greater good of other people. They're not selfish.
Courage. I think a hero is just someone with a lot of courage and a lot of integrity. That's more than one word, but one word, courage.
I absolutely see these programs as having many heroes in them, whether it's our team members or community members who are participating or organizing. I think there's a lot of heroic work happening through this program that is changing Phoenix for the better.
It's not just an act done by one person, it's an act done by a large community of people who care about each other. It's also a movement of people that care about a common good, and that's preserving, Phoenix. This is a very hot place to live. We need more sustainability here, things like that.
We're kind of going above and beyond. We often say we are doing the first of this kind of project, definitely in the city, probably in the state, and so we're all learning a lot, and it takes a lot of patience, and I think everyone showing up day and day again takes a lot of heroic, courageous effort.
The city of Phoenix has heard for a long time that communities want more trees to combat heat. This event is funded by the COVID relief funding that the federal government gave cities to distribute to combat the effects of the pandemic. Our council allocated this funding especially for tree planting, which is very unique in the country.
The tree planting program means that the city is taking action to address one of the greatest health challenges that our community tells us about. This city council made the decision to act on a topic that's been a priority for the community for so long and that the city has made steps toward, but this is a big step, one of the biggest steps I would argue that the city's ever made.
I want to make sure every resident in my city has the chance to have access to trees. That's why I signed the Tree Equity Pledge. Phoenix was the first city in the country to partner with American Forest, the leading nonprofit in this space, and sign their Tree Equity Pledge, which says we are going to be intentional about where we plant trees and make sure that residents of all incomes have a chance to have beautiful treescapes.
I think our department and this program in general is extremely innovative. As I said before, this is a program that is currently one of a kind. Not many municipalities or industries are planting at individual homes, but if we want to achieve tree equity, we have to make it a priority to plant at individual homes and give homeowners the opportunity to have trees and shade on their properties.
I volunteered to go out into my neighborhood and knock on doors and essentially try to enroll in many of my neighbors into this program so that they could get a free tree or up to 2 free trees. It really warmed my heart to be able to meet so many people who were so sincerely and genuinely interested about this program and happy to be a part of this program. And so overall, it was a very pleasant experience and I really enjoyed it and I would do it again.
People in our community, people here in Maryville, people everywhere want to know more about trees. They want to be involved. They want something to be able to contribute to their neighborhood. And seeing the excitement on everybody's face today and the passion and the hope for what can be is irreplaceable.
I'm sure you can all feel how hot it is today. Trees are very important. I believe the tree equity in your neighborhood is about single digits. It might be 10%. So we know that trees are pivotal in these environments to provide shade and more accessibility for people to walk throughout their communities.
So the trees that we plant today, you're not going to see the maturity for another 10, 15, 20, maybe 30 years. So I think about, I have 2 kids, my son, my daughter, what kind of world are they going to grow up in? And to me, I want a place where it's not going to be overly hot, where they're going to have shade, where they have trees. I think about the book, The Lorax, which is a book that I'll read to my son, and it's about how trees are a crucial part of our life. We kind of live in a symbiotic relationship with them. They provide us food, they provide us shade, we provide care for them in some circumstances, other times where, not so caring to those trees. So for me, it's all about the future, what the future that these trees hold inside them.
I remember there used to be fields, farmer fields, and I remember that I very much liked it. I liked seeing the greenery, and now up to today, you don't see fields anymore like before, and you don't really see trees. And I've always told myself since a young age, I'm like, I've always wanted to do something for my community, to give back to them. This program has given me the opportunity to at least leave a legacy through this department. It's not my legacy, but it's our legacy altogether, generations in the future, and they'll be able to see the importance of, wow, look at all of these trees. These trees are from 50 years ago and they're still doing well, they're still thriving. And I feel that's what's important to me when it comes to this opportunity.
One of my earliest memories of being involved in my community was my dad taking me to a tree planting at our local community park. When I am in that area decades later, I still remember which trees I planted and taking part of that. So I love the way tree planting brings people together, but particularly the way it inspires young people.
It's something that is tangible, that we can see. It's not just like a bill that's being passed or something that sometimes people are like, how does this matter? It's something that we can actually see making a huge difference for the future, for our community. It will contribute to clean air, it will contribute to less heat islands, it will contribute to a better quality of life, especially for the neighborhoods that this is impacting.
I think the future of the city depends upon trees, plain and simple. If we do not plant more trees, if we don't live up to the goals set by the Tree and Shade Master Plan, we're not going to have the same city that I grew up in. And that would be a shame. And we're not just planting for today. We are planting for 20, 30 years from now, so that the people who come along then will have shade.
Phoenix is one of the fastest warming cities in the country, and it recently set up this office, an Office of Heat Response and Mitigation, to address it. You know, urbanization is here, it's real, you see that, but are there climate-friendly urbanization strategies that we need to begin thinking about? Is that framed right?
As we look at the historical climatological record, for major cities, urbanization has been the dominant driver of climate change from past to present. As we move forward, of course, we need to have our attention on both global scale processes and urbanization. But in our role and function at City Hall, it's really important to understand how consequential urbanization is, because to some extent, we have our hand on the dial of how urbanization will proceed moving forward. And our colleagues who run climate simulations have really encouraging news for us, that if we deploy widespread cooling strategies, cooling technologies like Mayor described, if we continue to build and adapt our city to be more heat ready, the future in Phoenix could be cooler than it is today, even with continued global warming. So the answer is absolutely right. If we pay attention to the design strategies, if we're smart about the place where we are, and other cities can do the same, we can really take a lot of the edge off of the warming that's projected for cities all across the world.
I feel like there's a lot of people in this city who they feel like they've been forgotten, and we are trying to tell them that they mean something to us, and we want them to be cool, we want them to be healthy, we want them to be thriving, and we don't want them to have to work that hard to get those things. We want to show them that their city can be on their side.
In the city of Phoenix, heat is a major challenge. We plan for heat year-round. We're the first city to make our heat office a permanent part of government, which means this is a priority function. We need a group of people who are dedicated to heat, and we think they have to be an essential part of the city because it is such a challenge.
I think our team approaches the work with certainly a sense of purpose and mission, that this is really important, and this is going to make a very meaningful difference in the lives of so many people in Phoenix.
I think this program is one of the most beneficial programs in terms of urban forestry that the city of Phoenix has ever seen. I think it's something that community members are not sure about initially because it's almost too good to be true. It's not something that they've heard of before. It's not something that has been done before. And so the community members that are hearing about it, they may be a little unsure of it at first, but once they actually see their neighbors getting trees or their friends or family members getting trees, it's something that kind of changes their mind about the city of Phoenix and about the work that people are doing in this environment.
I think that the people that were able to put this together, it's awesome, and they deserve some accolades for doing so. I also think that the benefit will be exponential because we've chopped down a lot of trees and plants and things like that, And to be able to put something back instead of extracting is a welcome benefit as well. It's a bonus.
I think this tree planting program is long overdue. I'm really happy that it has so much momentum now, and that we are seeing so many trees being planted, and that it is being done in a way that really prioritizes community and gives community, the opportunity to be involved and to make these changes in their own neighborhood if they, choose to.
What Phoenix feels like in 10, 20 years, hopefully, is cohesive and neighborly. Doesn't matter whether it's Westwood Village or Peoria or Mesa. This is our home, and I think it's really important that we support each other and be there for each other. This is just amazing. I couldn't be more proud of the city of Phoenix for doing this for us, really. Thank you.
I think this tree grant program is giving hope to a lot of these communities where there's been an underinvestment, and being able to heavily invest and provide tree planting services and trees that people want is really a huge hope for people, that they are able to have these big, beautiful trees and have all the benefits that come with those trees.
We are learning a lot of new processes as a city with this program. For the first time, the city is doing things it's never done before with this program, and that's something we're all really proud of. We need to be able to capture that, repeat and improve upon those in the future many times over to meet the need that's out there.
We currently have more money for trees, and we are looking for partners to work with us in planting and maintaining our urban forest in Phoenix. So come talk to us about any opportunity that we have at the city for tree planting, and together we can make our city a shadier place for everybody. Thank you so much today. Thank you.